Hello, my name is Edmondson and I earn my vote. Today I have with me Napoleon Bell, who is running for the 25th House District right here in our city. Napoleon, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good, man. I'm just amazed, man, to have you here, man, because I can remember there were times when you were working downtown with the city of Columbus. We've always done interviews on events and stuff like that. And now the role has flipped. I get to interview you. To talk about some of the things that you're doing. And I know you always gave me some love just to help to promote my events in my community. So I definitely appreciate you being here today. So, man, you're running for 25th House District. Why jump into politics now, man, and start this new mission?
Well, transitioning from the city of Columbus, as a director of CRC, and I was with the city of Columbus for 23 years. And the work that I did there was always community based, working with people, like you talked about.
Right.
We did the community tapestry show to really highlight the positive things that are going on here in the city and what people are doing, because so many people are doing some great things that you just don't hear about. But also helping support people through, we enforced the Civil Rights Code through the city of Columbus, and also did the community police relations, so on and so on. So we were heavily entrenched in the community. And so transitioning away from that, my passion, my heart is still with the community.
Right.
How can we lift up the community, make for a better quality of life? And so the opportunity came to run for state representative for the 25th House District. So I was born and raised just about in the 25th House District. I lived there, and my parents built a house there in 1968. So I'm very familiar with the 25th House District. So what happened was that with the transition, I said I got to keep going. I've got to continue to make a difference. And so I made this decision.
Right.
I've got to be able to get out there and help the community, advocate for the community. I think about the persons that I've worked with in the past as CRC, those people who have been working in the communities but not getting paid for it. This is their passion. The Jane Dixons, the Clarence Lumpkins, Bobby McVickers. The names go on, and they're doing the work in the community. And yourself.
Oh, okay.
Not getting paid for it, right?
Right. Nope.
But this is out of the passion.
Right.
And so it is my passion also to be able to do whatever I can do and to continue doing work in the community to make for a better quality of life for everyone.
Okay, outstanding, man. Well, it sounds like definitely something that we can definitely use help down at the State House. Now, one of the things that we have new voters that are going to be voting this year. On the for the presidency and all those different things. And if I'm a new voter, sometimes we don't understand what the role of a state representative is. Can you kind of explain what's your responsibility so we can understand what you do, so we can hopefully help us if we understand what you do, because a lot of times we vote for these people and we really don't know what their jobs are,
right,
or how they function. Other than you see them out, you high five and you raise the money, you shake their hands.
Right.
But what's your real job, man? What is the real job of a state representative?
Well, there's a couple things that are the typical role, and then there's some things that I see that we can do more of. The first of all, is to listen to the public, to be able to establish legislation, to bring forth a bill. To get that bill through committees, but also through the House and Senate, and then ultimately for that bill to become law to be signed by the governor.
Okay.
So that's the basic piece of the role of a state representative. But I feel as though we've got to do so much more.
Right.
Understandably, that is 85-90% of what you should be doing. Building relationships, working across the table to get both Democrats and Republicans behind the bill. All of that is a negotiation piece and relationships. Right. But I also feel very strongly that what else can we do? If we're unable to get a bill made into a law, the community is still hurting. They're still out there saying, hey, you tried that, but it didn't happen. So what else can I do as a representative? I think it's very important for a representative to be that leadership, to be in the community, to be able to use his or her relationships. And so I've built up many relationships with the state, county, city, all of those, to be able to bring them together, collaborate with them, and then to be able to use that to address the issue that we weren't able to get past, as far as a law. But how can I bring other entities together to address those issues? And so, and to leverage those relationships to be able to impact the community positively. So this is, I see as in a sense, this is also the role of a representative, and bring people together. I've got a plan on how we're going to unify the 25th House District to use that power and the assets within the 25th House District to positively impact everyone in the 25th House District.
Because like right now, man, and that's some really good information. But right now, in our communities, we're looking at a lot of gun violence in our community. And now, is that something, as you as a state representative, can put bills in place to help with gun control, or how does that work? Or what can you do as state representative to help with the violence and things that are going in our neighborhood?
Yeah, well, it's all about being able to make laws to address it. It's just a matter of what type of law you want to introduce. Whether it's permitting. We talk about the assault rifles and things of that nature. Should those even be allowed? So we could do a law against that. Or should there be special permitting? I know people often talk about CCW. And it's just recently been shown how there's a loophole where you can have a CCW permit but not go through all the training. So should there be standardized training across the board, across the state of Ohio? And if you want to carry your weapon into the state of Ohio, you need to have had this training also. So there's so many ways that you can address this. It's just a matter of, and my piece is that we've got to come together with the community, first of all, to work on those priority issues, how we address it, and then bring forth the legislation.
Now, are you able to even talk about like the police department? Because one of the things, we just had a community conversation on Monday about how to better the relationships in the community with the police. And a lot of things came out about training for the officers. Now, are you able to affect that in any way from a state standpoint?
You can, I think, in two different ways. First of all, laws as far as the amount of training and types of training that you have
Now, were you a former police officer?
Former police officer.
Okay, all right, so you understand.
I know the ins and outs and what some of the issues. I also did training. And so I understand some areas that and that since then there's been a lot of improvement. There's been a lot of additional training just recently. Now PATA requires much more training and diversity. Our office also made an impact on that. A couple of our representatives actually went out and did some of the training. Made sure of that, and also made sure that there are representatives of each community that did some of the training. So it was on first-hand basis. So those type of things you can impact as a state rep, whether it be through the law or whether it be the relationships that you have built to be able to get them things done.
Okay, great, man. Well, this is the $1 million question now.
$1
million question. So now it's your time to look right there into the camera and tell people what are you going to do to earn their vote for this upcoming election. Just look right there and tell them.
Well, what I'm going to do to earn your vote, I'm going to be the hardest working state representative that you've seen, because I feel as though that working with the community is the key to listen. I've knocked on over 1,000 doors so far, and the biggest thing that keeps coming up, first of all, is like, wow, I'm amazed that you're even out here, first of all. But secondly, to be able to stay there and listen to them. Communities are saying we need to be heard. They want a place at the table in this decision-making process. I've got a plan that's going to make those tables possible, that various community members will come around, whether it be safety, whether it be the refugee and immigrant populations. We're going to have a business and then two community advisory groups. So I'm looking at 5 advisory groups that we will meet with quarterly, so that you have a place at the table to, first of all, express the issues that you're having in your community, but then secondly, to be able to understand what legislation is going on at that time. So I want to make sure that the community is educated about what legislation is going on, so they can support that legislation and or not. But then also that we continue to connect with the community on a quarterly basis, making sure that happens, so that I can make sure that I hear the community and I can bring forth the advocacy, whether it be to the legislature or whether it be to the relationships that I've built through through the city, state, and county agencies. But that's where there's got to be this continual open dialogue throughout the years and throughout time, so that we can make a difference together, collaboratively. So I'm asking everyone to ring the bell for Napoleon Bell. You know, when you come to the go to the voting booth, what I need you to do is you hit the things, and then you see Napoleon Bell, and you hit vote, because you know that I'm going to be working for everyone in the 25th House District, because we're a very diverse community here in the 25th House District, but everyone deserves the opportunity to be heard and advocated for, and I'm the person that will get that done.
Okay. Well, you heard it. My name is Al Edmondson with Earn My Vote.
And one more thing.
Okay.
We need everyone to get involved, to get engaged, because together we can make a difference.
Okay, you heard it right there from 25th House District candidate Napoleon Bell. Earn My Vote with Al Edmondson. Stay tuned. We got some more great candidates coming up throughout the week. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.